5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
This is Two with a, and here's your hosts, Brian and Chris.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to episode 11 of Two Bleeps with a Mic. I am your host, Chris, and with me, my beloved and illustrious co-host, who still the champagne has not dried off of yet from celebrating his title. My illustrious co-host, Brian.
My title? What title did I win?
Yeah, we're celebrating your Knicks, right?
What?
Yeah, that's your team.
I hate that team so much.
Anyways, we're here to cover what was a disastrous weekend for haters as the Knicks rolled to the title and claimed their first championship in 53 years. And on the flip side, on the Stanley Cup side, we were also closely following, if you were following as well, the Carolina Hurricanes also won the Stanley Cup for the first time in about 20 years. So easy to say that it's just a disaster of a hate watch. What was your takeaway, buddy?
I hated all of it. I thought the finals were going to go longer. I hated the fact that the Knicks won because I hate them as an organization, as a team, as a color scheme, everything. But, you know, it's because we're Miami Heat fans and I hate them.
Yeah.
And then I also hate James Dolan. I feel bad for the Knicks fans.
They'll hate him, yeah.
Stupid owner. And then the Carolina Hurricanes, who literally only won the Stanley Cup because the Panthers were not in the playoffs.
That could be said, yes.
They have the cheapest owner of all time, which I told you, I think when they won, that he's going to go pawn off the Stanley Cup so he can pay for the team flights home or whatever the hell he's going to do. So I hated all these two sports finals. They sucked.
Just terrible.
As a Miami person,
fucking
I
tragedy.
I guess the positive is good job, Knicks, I guess. 53 years is a long time. They only broke down 6 buses and destroyed 6 buses, so I guess
shout out to the fans. Stay classy.
They didn't burn down the city, just burned down 6 buses, which I say the theory was Mamdani put those 6 buses out there on purpose so they could concentrate on something and not burn down, the Empire State Building or something.
Yeah, it's chess, not checkers, right?
Right. So Mamdani, great mayor. And yeah, it was just... And the problem with these finals, we'll start with the NBA. The problem with these finals is I watched every single game, and at no point did I feel like, this is going to be like a close, exciting series.
No, the Spurs never made you feel that way.
The Spurs just, from game one, it's like, all right, they're good, and then they're not. And then everything that we said coming into the NBA finals, everything that we said, they're too young. They turn the ball over too much.
All of it
they don't know what to do. They just, a bunch of little kids running around, have no idea what to do. And that happened literally every single game. I believe they have. Right. I give you.
They started every game the exact same way, right? They had a lead in the first quarter.
They had a double-digit lead in every single game, which is insane.
And you knew exactly how it was going to end after game one had finished the way it did.
I mean, I remember, what was it? The biggest comeback was game 3? Or game 4? Sorry?
Game 4, yeah, game 4.
That, I believe we texted, it was 76-49 or something like that.
And I still, for whatever reason, I was making myself some food at halftime. Yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what, this game should be over. But there was a thought in the back of my head that just wouldn't let me, okay, this is a win. This is not.
I think I texted you. And we've seen the Knicks do it before at halftime. I think I texted you that exact same thing. Then we've seen the Knicks do it before, and boy, did they do it! And I mean, it is
just a colossal meltdown. What a way to have just the worst aneurysm you can ever have in the biggest.
And that, by the way, that's forever. That is forever. The Knicks forever are going to be this comeback team that did everything the best, and they never died or whatever. No, the Spurs gave that away. Every single game. I believe the stat is the Knicks have the 5th best comeback, like points wise, amount of points that they were down.
Mm-hmm.
The 5th best comeback, the 2nd best comeback, and the 1st best comeback in the history of the NBA Finals, all in this NBA
All
Finals.
in one series.
All in one series. It is just.
There was another stat, right, where the Spurs had led for the series like 74% of the series.
Yeah, it was like 74% of the series they led.
And they lost 4-1.
They lost 5-game series. Insane.
Just like a total anomaly of a series. And at the end of the day, we hate the Knicks, right? But
yes.
At the end of the day, you have to give them credit because what this series taught me was that NBA playoffs is about who's a and who's not a. And at this series, like that was very on full display who was not a. And you just knew, like at the end of the game, like once the game, what was it, game 2, where Wemby threw the ball off his Castle's back.
Yeah.
And then they had that meltdown, and then he misses the game winner, and then they go down 0-2.
And
every game after that, even when they had the lead after first quarter, I was like, okay, I don't care. Like, do it for the rest. I don't trust you. Like, do it for the rest of the game. And then every single game, they would have this, not even, I wouldn't say a commanding lead, but they had a firm grip on the game, right? You would say they had like anywhere between an 8 to like 15-point lead throughout the duration of the whole
15-point lead
game.
is a pretty good lead. I don't care about today's NBA or whatever. In the NBA Finals, everything slows down. You're up 15 points. Like, what are we doing?
And then the 6-minute mark hits, and then they just forget how to play basketball. It's just mind-numbing. Mind-numbing. And again, you have to give credit to the Knicks because they never died. They never quit. Like, they did all the little things that you love to see your team do. They outgritted you. They out-toughed you. Like, they hit all the timely shots when they needed to. And the Spurs didn't, flat out. And it sucks to see because they're not a hateable team, but they still have the most hateable fan base.
They're not a hateable team at all. This team is a bunch of just like,
OG Anunoby's a cool guy.
Yes, he is. And this team is a bunch of losers that is just like, a bunch of, not rejects, but you know what I mean? Like just a bunch of guys where it's like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And OG was a great trade. Karl Anthony Towns was a great trade.
A very well put together team. It's just, you can't deny that.
And Leon Rose is not black.
And we learned that Leon Rose. We both learned that Leon Rose was not black this year.
I learned that in real time.
His face for the first time.
Actually, so much so that I was wondering where Leon Rose was during the celebration, and then Ernie said Leon, and then this old white man came up here, and I was like,
"Bald white man,
sir, sorry, you're not Leon Rose."
Who's this imposter?
Exactly right. That's what I said. Who the hell is this imposter? So that was fun to learn in real time. But I mean, you can't hate Jalen Brunson. The whole dad thing and him, and obviously he probably wanted to stay in Dallas, and they didn't give him anything. He didn't treat him seriously, and Cat being called soft, and everything else on the internet that's terrible. Like, and him winning one before Jimmy must feel great for him.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. And, Cat with his mom, and he's Dominican, so I have to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like part of, our when you get your citizenship from Dominican Republic, you have to like Karl Anthony Towns. It's just a lot. Like, and I hate that they're so likable and they played just lights out. I will be a, sour.
And they were dominant, man. Like what? They had 3 losses the whole way?
Straight. Yeah, they won 13 straight. They lost 3 games the whole playoffs, and 2 of them were in the first round.
The Atlanta Hawks are the second best team in the NBA.
Now, what I will say is that exactly what you just said. They played just basura, like just sludge of teams.
I mean, people can debate that, and that's for Twitter. But like, you play who's in front of you, right? At the end of the day, and they swept.
And the way they won, right?
Philly.
They dominated every single team. They won by like the biggest margin of victory ever in like 11 games in regular season or playoffs. Like they beat the shit out of all the teams. So I again, shout out to the Knicks. They did great. I lived there. That's the only team that I remember I lived in New York for 5 years. People don't know that, but I lived in New York for 5 years. You knew this. I lived in New York for 5 years.
Yes.
The only team I didn't support any team except for, the Yankees are fine because of Marlins suck. But I love going to the Yankees. It was a new stadium. It was awesome. But I never rooted for the Knicks. I never rooted for the Nets or the Jets or the Giants or anybody. Whatever else, like Islanders, Rangers, all can go to hell. Okay?
Straight to hell.
And I don't feel anything for the Knicks.
No, absolutely not.
And I hate
But we give
youth
credit where
fans,
credit is due here.
but they had a great season. And this probably leads me to my next question. Is the NBA over? Is this good for the NBA? Because you have 8 different teams, 8 different champions in the last 8 years. And not only that, I believe only Boston and Miami and Golden State, I believe.
Yeah.
I don't even know if Golden State's in there, but I know Boston and Miami for sure are the only 2 teams or 3 teams, including Golden State, that have been back to the finals in this 8-year stretch. So we've had essentially like 14 or 13 teams brand new in the NBA finals every year.
Yeah.
Is this good for the NBA, this parity? Because I argue it is not, because we love our super teams and we love our dynasties.
I would say
every year somebody's wins. We did it with the Nuggets. Is this a dynasty? No. Is OKC a dynasty? No. San Antonio's a dynasty? No. The Knicks now maybe? No. Like we don't have any of those things. The Lakers, like we just doesn't have it right now in the NBA. Is that good or bad?
I would say it's good on the notion that in the 8 titles, right, that we've had the last 8 years, 8 different champions, you've had a mixture of clubs or teams. Look at me saying clubs, teams that are either a legacy team or, like this historic franchise, coveted franchise that the NBA has always it's the Lakers, the Celtics, the Knicks now. And then you had a mixture of like the newcomers, the tortured fan base, a fan base that hasn't broken through. You had the Raptors, you had the Thunder, you had now the Knicks. They're kind of a little bit of both. You had the Bucks, who had never won shit. Right. So like you have a combination of like you have your historic team, so you're checking that box, and you have the newcomers and the tortured fan bases that are climbing to the mountaintop. They're finally getting to the top after 40, 50 years of suffering. So in that sense, I think it's a good thing. Like there's no staying power anymore, right? The CBA doesn't allow it. Like the idea that you can keep cores now 3, 4, 5 years, like that's gone. Like OKC now is going to go through it. They're going to have to start shedding salary, and they already began doing it with.
They did that. They traded Aaron Wiggins.
With Aaron Wiggins, and they have a decision to make with Hartenstein and Lou Dort and these guys. So it's like, it's not for long. And if is it good? I think it's a good thing. I mean, I don't think the lack of super teams is the complaint of NBA watchers. I think it's more so what we're watching, the actual product itself.
Yeah, I mean, the product still isn't good. I mean, and I will say the NBA got lucky because these whole playoffs have sucked. The entire playoffs have sucked, barring the Cavaliers series for some reason, every round besides
the East was finals. They just went through the East.
It sucked to me, and I think that the NBA Finals, for some reason, those 2 teams played close games every single game, all 5 games, and it's like everybody's going to forget how bad the playoffs were, right? And I think they have to fix the product. We don't know what they're going to do with the product or how they're going to fix it. It's not my job. I think until we get a new commissioner, it's not going to be fixed because Adam Silver has no backbone, no neck bone, no nothing. Okay? He's just a freaking sperm or a magician's
He's wand. A lizard. He's a lizard.
He's a crap, that guy, right? I think I saw one that said he looks like, or I heard one from the Lebatard show was he looks like a Apple Watch charger. It's one of my favorite ones. So yeah, I mean, he needs to go, or something needs to happen for him to fix the product. But I think the product sucks. And I hate the Knicks. I hate James Dolan with his stupid teeth and he's getting rewarded. Now he's going to live off this for the next 50 years, or his family, whoever's leaving the team to. Like, God, I hate the Knicks.
Yeah, I mean, point taken, right? But
and Wemby, by the way.
Yes, I was just gonna get to that. What do you think like the perception changes with Wemby now, like after these playoff run, after this finals?
I think it's gonna be the correct one. He is annoying.
Like he's a total douchebag, and he's
annoying, and he has a little bit of evil in him.
Francais Hafin.
Yeah, we saw him try to kill Naz Reid,
Yeah.
and then he tried to, emasculate and violate, I believe, Jalen Brunson. He's a dirty player.
You saw it, and
we
by
saw
the
it,
grace
and-
of God,
and-
he didn't get suspended because
Well,
they
that
could have never
was
done
Adam
that.
Silver again, not having a backbone. Because if Anthony Edwards threw that elbow, he would be suspended. If anybody other than the name Wemby threw that, he would have been suspended. If it was Draymond Green, he probably would
Oh
have
yeah,
been kicked out of the
he
league.
would have been banned.
So I really hate Wemby. Besides the fact that he
All right, we got a new villain.
he ruins the NBA. He's a cheat code. He can't be 7'4" and move like that, and then not have to jump from the free throw line.
What I will
dunk
say
it.
about that there was far too many times where he was right around the rim and he just had zero touch, and that was infuriating.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's
Well, he
the
got
thing.
bullied
I always
off the
had a
shot,
problem with
and-
Bam, who has like a 30% field goal percentage, and he's a center. Like, I don't like centers that shoot under 50%.
But you have this guy that's 9'6" and he's shooting 7 of 20.
Yes, I mean, and he did take a lot of threes. I think his his conditioning is in question. We saw it. Like, I feel like he was tired from game one. Like, I don't get it. So there's a lot of stuff there. I hate that guy, and I'm glad people are seeing that he's an evil man.
Yeah, he's evil.
And I think it's good that I think he's going to get booed a lot more next season.
I think that's a good thing.
I think so too, because we need a
good
super
villain.
But he also needs to win. Like, and that's the part that scares me the most about this NBA Finals. Is like, okay, great, Knicks, feel good story, but on the other side, there's this guy now stewing in a monk cave wherever he's going to right now about losing the NBA Finals. And my fear is the next picture that we get of Wemby
Is him
August
looking like
2nd
Giannis.
somewhere is looking like Giannis. And that part scares me because that's what he needs to do that. He needs to be weather conditioned. And I know it's tough being, his air is thin, breathing it all the way up there.
Right, he's
And all those
different
things.
altitude.
Right. All those things. But every time we think we have a good team, OKC was one of those, that they have to go through it. In the NBA, almost all the time, the teams have to go through losing. The Knicks have been losing since, the Second World War, right? And not only that, this iteration of the Knicks have lost.
Yeah, they
a
had their
ton.
heartbreaks.
Have
They had
lost
the
a
Indy
ton in the
heartbreak.
second
They
round.
lost to the Jimmy Heat.
So everybody needs that. And my fear is this team didn't need any of that to get to the NBA Finals. And they lost the NBA Finals, I believe, more than the Knicks won it. And
I think I would agree with that. But again, people are going to take that and say that we're hating on the Knicks.
that's fine. But I mean,
But both things can be true.
you can't have 3 of the top 5 NBA comebacks in the NBA Finals history
Precisely.
and
Yeah.
say that,
They definitely had a hand. Like it takes 2 to give up
Right.
to have a comeback. Like the other team has to do plenty of shit
Yeah.
wrong for the other team to mount the
Right.
comeback. So yes.
So I think, all those positives that the Spurs fans and the Spurs organization can take from it, they have an unbelievable team. They have arguably the best rookie out of the entire class, not named Cooper Flagg, and Dylan Harper, who looked like the only veteran on the team. So they have an unbelievable team, and I think they'll be back, especially because they're not where OKC is, and we got to figure out aprons and money saving and all that kind of stuff, right? Like we have to figure that out, and they don't have to do that right now. So
what they do have to do, they do have a $50 million problem now
they do have to get
with
rid of
De'Aaron
him,
Fox.
but they
Because,
can't trade him right now because he lost all his value.
yeesh, what
Well, I
was
mean,
that?
the money kicks in right now, right? In the new season, I think he's got 4 years, 220
yeah,
million. something like
he's
that.
locked in.
Now, again, devil's advocate for De'Aaron Fox is he's had that terrible ankle. And you can tell 100% that this guy was not right at all. Because De'Aaron Fox plays well with his quickness. He's one of the fastest guys in the NBA. I think he was the fastest guy in the NBA for a little while. So
Yeah.
he plays with his quickness. And to be fair, he just didn't make his shots, and he was rusty. But he started crossing people up in Game 4 and Game 5. Like, he started doing the good things. And I think he's getting a lot of hate, well earned.
Very
right?
deserved, though. Very deserved. I
deserved.
mean, there was
He had that
some
bonehead
mistakes that
play
he
with
just
11
made. Like,
seconds, all that good stuff. But I also think it is just has to do with the fact that he he had the bum ankle and he didn't play well, and all those things kind of go into that. You know what I mean? So, but he's not going to be getting rid of this season.
No, I don't think so either. No. But I mean,
Maybe
you can't be a Spurs fan and watch that finals and think to yourself like, especially the way that Dylan Harper was playing. Like,
I think it's more that because Dylan Harper played out of his mind, which I always thought that's the player he was going to be.
And you were waiting for Mitch Johnson to make some sort of adjustment, and it just never came.
Did. And Mitch Johnson again, it's his first NBA Finals. Was his second full season coaching?
Yeah.
So it's like you got to give the guy. He's not Eric Spoelstra. You know what I mean? He can get.
But even Spoelstra, like with the LeBron team, he played Bibby too long in his finals. And that's how that was a contributing factor to them losing to Dallas.
Well, I think mostly it was because number 6.
Yes, but Mike Bibby was an absolute dud that series as well.
No, but if number 6 plays, I don't know, like a basketball player, it's the same thing. If we're out there playing rec league ball and you're 6 feet and I pass it to you and the guy that's 5'5" is guarding you, that's very simple. Christian, you get down there and I'm gonna pass you the ball. That's our entire offense. That's all you have to do. The whole offense is just, oh look, Christian's 5 inches taller than that guy. Or 7 inches taller than the guy, I'm going to pass him the ball. And that's it. Yeah. And I'm going to watch you shoot 25 shots. And if you go 10 for 25, we're still winning. It doesn't matter. You just...
Yeah.
Not a Hall of
Before we get derailed, there was more Mario Chalmers was needed in that series and LeBron to play to his abilities.
To wrap a bow on this NBA Finals.
Right.
One of the worst of all time. The Spurs choked it.
Yep.
I hate the Knicks.
Yep. Wemby's a villain.
Wemby's a villain.
De'Aaron Fox is the most hated man in San Antonio.
He's washed. He will get traded for, I don't know, a bag of chips and a washing machine. And it's
a good deal.
Yeah. And you know what, guys? I'm done with the NBA Finals. I don't care about this team or these teams anymore.
All right, moving on. The NBA Stanley Cup.
We got to finish NBA news, though.
Oh, yes.
Really quickly. As of recording.
As of right now.
Happened. I believe the draft is tomorrow.
Yes.
So the NBA draft is tomorrow as of recording this. So we don't know any moves or not moves that's happening. Shams reported today that it's between the Heat and the Celtics only. There is no other teams involved. So those are the 2 teams that are going to get Giannis. Is it going to happen tomorrow? I doubt it. So
I'm shooketh.
I'm expecting the Heat to lose this. I'm expecting Giannis to be announced in green on Tuesday or at the end of this week or whatever it is. But Giannis will be a Boston Celtic, and the Heat will have absolutely nothing.
They're going to have their dicks in their hands again.
So I don't care about what happens. And I'm already on the record, and I know I'm going to go backtrack on this if we're, 60 wins this season. But we're not winning an NBA title with just Bam and Giannis.
I mean, you can contend. I mean, it's sure better than the slaughter that we've been watching.
I will tell you one thing also. If I get Giannis and we're anything lower than the 3 seed in the East, I'm going to lose my mind. Because if you get Giannis, you better win 55 games.
At the end of the day, it boils down to it's very simple. You get Giannis, Bam, and Spo, and you figure out the rest. That's it. Like, you don't overthink it. If you have to offer whatever the hell you have to offer to get it over the line, then you do it. And you figure out the rest. They've done it time and time again before. Honestly, where they traded all these guys. They had the big 3 with Mario Chalmers and you and I. And they figured it out.
Eddie House?
Yeah, they figured it out. If there's one thing that they can figure out is how to build around the star. But the problem lately is not that. It's getting the star.
They're getting the star. But the most important piece, because I don't have UD anymore, I don't care if Dexter Pittman's 450 pounds. Sign Dexter Pittman to the team. Because if somebody hits one of my players again and nobody does anything, I'm going to lose my mind.
Just fold it up. I don't want to see the culture jersey anymore. I don't want to see.
Tell him to work out. And he's only in there to get 2 technical fouls and a flagrant in the playoffs. That's all he's there for.
That minimum.
Yeah, that's it. Or if Thanasis is coming, Thanasis better. Thanasis, you better hit somebody. Okay?
All right, moving along now.
Moving on.
The Stanley Cup.
Oh, God. I'm upset about that, too.
I'm not going to say beloved. It's actually the opposite.
The complete opposite.
Of beloved. It's the stupid Carolina Hurricanes won the cup. And they also did it in dominating fashion. They had a fantastic run to the cup. They lost what, like
team that barely got
they lost
in,
like
with a
3
bunch of
games
old
on the
guys
way.
and whatever. Who cares? It's the Carolina Panthers.
They finally get off the schneid. They finally exercise their conference final demons. They go up against Vegas and pretty much dominated them, right?
Yeah, it wasn't close.
They beat them at the rough and tough game. Vegas just looked sloppy throughout, and a lot of it was because of them. They forced Vegas.
But they
to be
did have
very
to kill
sloppy.
them. They had to kill them, and that's one thing I liked. And again, this is also true for the NBA Finals. Is the Stanley Cup playoffs were also kind of a disappointment.
Oh no, I completely disagree. The first 4 games of that series were
No.
like,
I'm saying the playoffs in general. This is like the same. I'm making the same comparison to the NBA.
but the Stanley Cup was all timer.
Right,
Like the
that's
first
what I'm
4
saying.
games were all time.
I think the only thing that I loved about the Stanley Cup Finals is that I didn't want Carolina to win a single game, but I loved the fact that Carolina had to kill Vegas. They had to kill them, murder them dead in order for them to win.
Yeah, they had to do the curb stomp. Like
Very easily, they could have lost the series 5-1 or 4-1, right? Like, it was just such a series that was just, we're going to have to step on their throat and slice it in order for us to win. And I love that Vegas put up that fight in those first 4 games. It was awesome to see. So again, Stanley Cup playoffs are the best playoffs in any major sport. And it was so good to see. I still disagree that the Carolina Hurricanes exercised any demons. The only thing that happened
they had the cup,
they removed the Panthers out of the playoffs.
They have the cup.
Which we'll talk about them that. They can have the cup. They're not going to have it for long because their cheap-ass owner is going to sell it. They're going to sell it to pay for the flights. They're probably still...
They're going to recycle the tin or the...
They're probably still... None of the guys can go on vacation or whatever or anything. They're probably still stuck in the arena waiting for the bus to take them home because the guy hasn't sold the Stanley Cup. Stupid-ass, cheap-ass owners getting him and Dolan, get out of here. Guy's getting rewarded with freaking titles, and he's going to sit here every time you talk to him like, hey, maybe we should have, 2-way guys in the NBA on the trip. Nah, I want a Stanley Cup. I can do whatever I want.
We're not paying for that ticket.
It's like, how can these guys keep getting rewarded? I hate this so much. And I hate the Carolina Hurricanes. You stole my team's name because you can't come up with your own shit.
Oh man. Other than that, it was about as atrocious of goaltending in a Stanley Cup as you've ever seen in your life.
Should have just been empty nets.
I wanted to make that point. It was about everyone talks about like you got to get a hot goalie and once the goalie gets hot, he's standing on his head. That's you ride the hot goalie and that's how you win the cup. Well, this was the anti that. Because neither goalie could stop anything for 4 games until Brandon Bussey came in, and then he stood on his head for 2 games, and Carolina now has the cup.
But I believe one of those games was still an overtime game that was like 5-4 or 6-5, something like that, right?
Like the first
standing on his head. I mean,
but standing on his head is what he allowed what, like 3 goals in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
And at that point, like Vegas is going into every game. If we don't score 4, we have no shot.
Right.
Because Carter Bryant was just, letting Carter Hart was letting everything in. It was like he was averaging like 4 goals, per game.
Anti-Hellebuck was his performance.
And it's just a shit performance in net. Vegas was not sharp. Mitch Marner, bless his heart, was so close, making all of
Toronto fans were so loud this whole playoff about Mitch Marner, and he's not going to win anything over there, and blah, 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 blah. And then he performed, and they were still out here defending the Toronto Maple Leafs, and still out here trying to kill him, and then try to say, oh no, the organization is this and that. Like, guys, I just saw Mitch Marner carry a dead team who, like, snuck into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Snuck. They had less points than the Florida Panthers, who did not make the playoffs. And they made it to a Stanley Cup final. They swept
the
President's Trophy winners. Okay? They were dead.
This sport.
And Mitch Marner dragged them up that hill.
Just rose up.
And Mitch Marner could not drag the Toronto Maple Leafs because they are the problem. Not only that, your problem, Vermont maple syrup is better than Canadian maple syrup. Oof. I said it.
That's it. There you have it, folks. Jack Eichel also did not show up.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the deal, right? Like,
he could not get it. Once I saw, was it Game 4? I think it was Game 4, Game 5. I can't remember now. But he had a shot go off the crossbar.
Yeah,
puck hits the crossbar, and then you see the reaction to his reaction once it hits the crossbar, and it was like a 1-goal game at the time, and I got the sinking feeling. It's like, yeah, it's not happening. Like, what that not going in was just like a microcosm of his entire series, where he's trying, he's doing the 200, he's covering the ice, 200 feet, 200-foot player, and he just can't get on the score sheet and help this team, get points or get goals. And ultimately, like, that was it. That was a kill shot.
Yeah, just tough. I mean, but you can't be mad. Like, what was that their third Stanley Cup final appearance in
9 years?
Been alive for 9 years. They've only been around for 9 years. I mean, they're an incredible franchise, and they keep doing it. The Mitch Marner trade was a huge success. So, shout out to them. I hate that they couldn't do anything against Carolina or beat them. I mean, and again, I think the first 4 games aside, like the first 3 games aside, like, even if you flip the results, I think Carolina would have pushed us to 7 and ultimately won, because we saw it. They cannot keep up that pace of scoring, and the goaltending was never going to get any better. So
and they did all of that without their first line being like dominant. Like, your Sebastian Aho agenda is alive and well, because it wasn't him, or it wasn't his line even that was carrying them.
Have we found out who won I did not check who won the Conn Smythe?
Jordan Stahl.
Right. So
the oldest Conn Smythe winner ever. Shout out to him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it wasn't going to be Aho, because his fucking thing is, putrid. He's expired.
But their depth showed, and they were ultimately a deeper team, and they got contributions from their second, third, and fourth line guys more than Vegas did, and that was the deciding factor. And they finally got the only bit of good goaltending in this series.
Yeah, so shout out to them. Like, they what's his name, got it done. But I still
just a terrible week, just a terrible weekend for haters.
Yeah, and I wanted more sports, because the finals were so good in both sports, and it was like, all right, barring Game 5, but I was like, all right, like, give me more. Like, I wanted the Knicks to feel a little bit more pain. It was too much fun.
Yeah.
Like, once the OG shot went in, I wanted, all right, now Wemby, you tie that series 3-3 to go back to San Antonio, because I want to see the Knicks fans suffer. And it didn't happen. And also, I wanted Carolina to sweat. I wanted the narrative to be like, they can't get it done.
Right. Just that seed of doubt to be planted.
Yeah,
and just have their buttholes pucker a little bit, and then we have a series.
It just didn't happen. So very upsetting weekend for the haters. I mean, I guess all we have left is baseball.
We have the baseball in the World Cup.
Hey, we don't have this planned, but you know who's leading the league in hits in baseball?
Otto Lopez.
Your Otto Lopez of your Miami Marlins has 100 hits on the season already. He's leading the league in hits, and he's 5th in All-Star voting. He should be the starting shortstop.
I already voted for him. I've done my part.
Yeah, I voted.
I haven't voted for an MLB All-Star game, I think, since high school.
And not only that, they need to change the voting system, because you can't be the best hitter in baseball and come out 5th.
Well, I mean, it's largely a popularity contest. You know how this works.
I understand. Change the voting. Make the fan vote less weighted.
Take it away from the fans. They have too much power.
Otto Lopez. Also, Max Meyer should be in there.
All right, so switching gears.
That's all I have for baseball.
We had transaction news.
We
switching
did
gears
have
from
a
Stanley Cup.
little bit of news.
And there was a little bit of speculation on this show that we've talked about. We touched on, and I think it was a previous episode,
Yeah.
where a certain brother might have become available.
Did we get credit for reporting that like 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, I believe we did. You know, I mean, it wasn't we didn't sing it from the mountaintops, but we dropped a little, a little bomb. Hey, look out for
It
this.
was
It might
big in
happen.
Vietnam, I think. So
And so Brady Kachuk, you are a Florida Panther.
what a trade! First of all, f them picks. All right,
F them
F the
picks.
picks.
Bill Zito doing in 2 hours what the Heat haven't been able to do in 6 months.
Well, 6 months. Talk about.
Oh, 6 months.
years.
I say 6 months. I mean, you can say it longer, depending on how long you want to look at it with the Giannis thing. You can say you can
Giannis.
go out of 6 years.
Kevin Durant, Dame, Harden. Keep going. But anyways,
yes.
let's celebrate this team. Okay? They made a move yesterday before the Brady Kachuk news. I texted you as soon as I got the news. I was
Yes.
out and I said, Mackey's just been traded for a first round pick and a conditional second.
Our buddy Mackey.
And we
Which,
said,
by the way, like, what value to get the same value, or I think even more,
even more value. Yes,
for a
because
guy that has been like third liner.
but he's a very good player. I think he's a young guy with very good potential. I
Yeah.
hope he does well. He's hooked up with Brandon Montour in Seattle. I like the franchise, so good for him. But we both said a salary dump, like, get under. I was like, might be the move before the move.
Yeah,
was set.
and not even salary dump, but like asset allocation. Like,
Yeah.
you
This is
got
the move
assets now
before
to
the
do
move.
something.
And I believe you said, like, oh, maybe Larkin, maybe.
Maybe.
And then we got the thing that we knew was going to happen that we said on this show first. You heard it here first. Was Brady Kachuk. And Brady Kachuk comes over 3 first-round picks and a conditional second-round pick, I believe. And it's really only 2 picks because we got the first-round pick from the Mackey trade. But, either way, fine. 3 first-round picks, which were not needed for us.
Yeah, I mean,
Good
they're
deal,
not going
I
to do a
think
whole
good deal
lot.
for Ottawa because I think they maximize the value on Brady Kachuk because to be fair, Brady Kachuk isn't in that tier where he costs, Mikal Bridges to picks, right? Like he's not
Right.
He's not in that tier. He's just below it, but he's a very good player. And they got number 9 and number 25 this year, another future first round pick, and another conditional second round pick that I can believe turned into a first. So they got a lot of value, and somehow, some way, the Panthers are doing like NFL salary cap magic, where it's like, oh, we're giving X pass rusher the highest paid pass rusher ever, and then they have no cap space going into the season. We have converted somebody's thing to his salary to a bonus.
Right.
Now we're under the cap. I don't know how Bill Zito's doing it. Okay, I don't know how he's doing it.
Well, he might not be done either because now you open
We
up the
still don't have a
possibility-
goalie on.
We don't have a goalie.
roster.
And so you have to imagine he has something up his sleeve, right? Like you can't.
Yeah.
He has to have some sort of plan. And now with the addition of Kachuk, like you have some third liner guys, maybe Lusto, maybe Evan Rodriguez,
Right.
maybe one of those guys now becomes available, to kind of make way for a bigger salary. Because I think now they have like $7 million to play with, and they still have a few spots to fill.
I still think Bob can come back.
Yeah, I don't think that's off the table, but I'm sure he's gonna do his due diligence. Maybe, check on Mr. Hallebuck. Maybe you can get Bob at a good number. Who knows?
Yeah, I think you could get Bob at a good number. I don't think it's over. So I'm, very happy. I have all the confidence in the world that they're going to do something, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to stand pat. I don't think this is the last move. And again, even if the move is to bring back Bob at a good number, Bob's going to be 38, I think. But in all fairness, Bob deserves to have at a cheaper number, deserves to go ahead and do it. Now I want to read you a potential, the first 3 lines of the forwards.
Okay, please
our
do
Florida
though.
Panthers. And I'll start with the third line. You know what? I'll read all 4. Boquist on the left with Schwint in the middle and Evan Rodriguez
Rodriguez. It's your
This
fourth
is
line.
where we start cheating. Lundell,
Okay. Baby Barco.
Luostarinen, or Luostarinen, and Marchand,
Marchand.
or Marchand, sorry. Then the second line is Sam Bennett, Matthew Tkachuk, Brady Tkachuk,
Brady Tkachuk.
and then Barkey, Reinhart, and Carter Verhaeghe. I mean, first of all, one thing. That second line with Bennett and the two Tkachuks are going to lead the NHL in penalty minutes in all time.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're breaking the
They
record.
have a full smorgasbord of rats.
I mean, Bennett and the two Tkachuks, I mean,
Yeah.
game over.
A lot of rats. A lot of rat things are going to be happening with the two Tkachuks, and they're going to be running, as they say, amok.
4 of the 6 players in the top 2 lines were in the gold medal final game with Rhino and the two Tkachuks.
I did
I
not
also
know
believe
that.
Barkey won something with Finland just now, not too long ago.
Yes, he
in
did.
Europe. So we've got 5 of the 6 guys won some trophies and some medals.
The only one there is a Canadian.
So
Was it Marchand? Marchand was on the team, right? Or
he
Bennett?
was in Canada, so he's if you count him in the third line. But I'm saying we've got that's not fair. That's just not fair because
I mean, that's good roster construction. That you need depth. You know,
Lundell, Luostarinen, and Marchand is a starting line on any other team.
yeah, and that's your
The
third
Flyers,
line.
you don't think would love those 3 right now?
You know, and you have Seth Jones. You know, Mikola.
You still have our guys, Mikola. First of all,
You still have Ek.
you have Forsling and Ekblad.
Forsling
Mikola,
and Ek.
Seth Jones, my guy Kulikov, and then you have Balinskis. I mean, and the power play is just, and not only that, the penalty kill to be able to throw. I mean, I don't know. This is just an embarrassment of riches.
Yeah,
that-
I mean, it's just who do you get in net, and if you're able to fix the back 6, because the back 6 they weren't good this year. I mean, they were banged up, obviously, but
I mean, the whole team was banged up. So I want to give them
they
a pass.
suffered as a fact, and Bob suffered as a fact.
Bob was
So,
very bad. Now, what I will say is the only thing that I'm scared of is the last time we had a very forward-heavy team was the President's Trophy winning team that got bounced out in the first round. And it seems like we're kind of done the same thing here by getting Brady and Marchand last year. Like, we're making these moves, we're very forward-heavy. And if Bobrovsky is not median level of Bobrovsky next year, it will be a problem in the playoffs. So I'm a little worried about that, but less worried so than the President's Trophy winning team because this
team is just comprised differently, and they
is
play
a
a
bunch
different
of
style.
playoff winners. And I think the addition of Brady Tkachuk was a very good player, right? Is going to light this fire under Matthew Tkachuk, and Matthew Tkachuk is going to finally be the player that his name carries, right, on this team. And I think this year is going to be Matthew Tkachuk's probably best year in his career because he's going to want to get his brother the Stanley Cup that he hasn't won.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you put those two together, like, yeah.
They want to go medal together.
You're going to piss off a lot of teams also.
I mean, I can't wait. I mean, I honestly, Panthers, change the hinges on the penalty door because that shit is going to get used. Bring the WD-40
Yeah.
because those hinges are going to get used
Get the
a lot.
PK lineup ready.
Yeah. So, I'm very happy. I mean, put Forsling out there with the two Tkachuks, put Bennett out there, and you can put Ekblad or really Kulikov. Love him to fight. Like, just a bunch of mean guys.
Big mean guys.
And then, okay, we'll get a penalty. No problem. We'll have the best penalty kill out there, right? And then, we just need a goal. Yeah, just pick anybody you want. Put Lundell out there with Bennett and Reinhart and Tkachuk and Verhaeghe, and just put them all out there at the same time. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of combinations that you can run out there with, and you have Paul Maurice too, so it's very exciting. it's the kind of move that you like to see from a team that came off the year that the Panthers came off of, and like
Yeah.
they're not resting on any laurels. They're like, here, we're going for it. Like we
Right.
have a build here. We're in the middle of a run. Like we have this squad for a few more years. We're going for it. Like the same way that Vegas is applying pressure to all of these other teams by going for it and getting stars.
Yeah.
The Panthers just did the same thing.
And the Panthers can still make the move, another big move. I don't think that they will, because in order, the dream scenario would to be to get Hellebuck, but you can't get Hellebuck without shedding some salary. And we obviously gave up a lot of draft capital. Now,
Yeah,
for
it's probably
Brady.
going to cost you like a third liner guy.
Yeah, and if I had to guess, it would be Lundell.
I don't think they give
Rodriguez
up
would
Lundell.
be in the deal somewhere.
I think Lundell's too beloved in that building. I
Yeah,
think
but
it's probably like
you have to give up something of your top guys, and you have to, because you just need the salary. We don't have the salary space to take on Hellebuck's salary, so you need to make space. And the question is, would you be upset if we lost Losarainen, Lundell, Evan Rodriguez, any of those three guys, and also you have to throw in there Ekblad? Which
I don't think I don't know. I don't think it would cost them two of those guys for Hellebuck.
it would cost you one guy that makes a good amount of money.
Yeah.
And it would have to be Ekblad, Rodriguez, Lundell, one of those guys. One of the
Thankfully for me, I
defensemen.
don't have to make that decision.
No, again, it would hurt. Ekblad's, a lifer, right? So it's tough. Can they do it? Yes, I believe in this guy 100%. Bill Zito
Yeah.
can do it.
And they'll figure it out. And even if they don't, and they have to score 5 a night, at least they've built a team to do it.
I'm happy to have Bob back. I'm I'm okay with it. And again, it doesn't mean that one of these guys can't. Schwint might become the best center man in the whole league. You never know. So one of these guys comes up, it could be a trade deadline kind of trade. Also, so we'll see how it goes. But go Panthers, go Cats, go Vamos Gatos, everything you want to say.
Time to hunt.
Yeah, time to hunt.
Time to hunt.
So I
hunt,
can't
baby.
wait. I can't wait to
Enjoy that
just
cup, Carolina.
Start fights on NHL 27, whatever the next one is, or 28. Who cares? Whichever one it is. I'm just gonna buy the game and fight everybody.
Fight it.
I'm not even gonna play hockey. I'm just gonna sit there and fight everybody like it's NHL 94. Just fight. Okay. And then moving away from the NHL, go Panthers.
Go Panthers.
We have to talk about the main thing.
The main thing.
Your country you live in, my country I live in. Kind of, because we're in Miami, so it's very different to the rest of the country. But the World Cup has been going on. Most groups have played 2 games apiece, barring some of the lower groups people are playing right now. But the World Cup is happening, buddy. And I just let's just get out of the way right now. We'll go into analysis later. Pero los Estados Unidos.
They're here. They're
They
here.
are here. And I mean, we had this take 4 years ago.
4 years ago. Well,
we said
even more
this-
longer than that.
Longer than that, we said said this before the 2022 World Cup. We said
This was I want to say this was either during or sometime after the Jurgen Klinsmann era.
yes, we said 2026 is the year.
Yeah, 2022 was always the warm up, and this is like in
Yeah.
the age when like Pulisic was still coming up, Weston McKennie, all these guys were still like,
I think Pulley was in Dortmund at this time.
yeah, they were all hatchlings, right? They were just sprouting out of their nest. They hadn't gone to their current clubs yet,
Right.
and we projected it's like 2022. These guys are going to be entering their prime. 2026, it's go time. So 2022 was always the come up, right? The introduction per se. And 2026 was like, all right, this is the year, or this is the cup where you tell us if this is truly the golden generation or not. And through 2 games, your boys are doing it. Your boys are doing things that we have not ever seen them do, not since 1930. They've won 2 games in a row in group play. They've already sealed their group.
Yes, they've sealed the group. They've scored.
And-
they tied the record for most goals in a group stage in any World Cup, which is 6, and they still have a game to play.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think Mauricio Pochettino
Poch.
is who's the current manager of the USMNT, is one win away from being the winningest coach in U.S. history in the World Cup.
Yes, which is an incredible stat and shows you how poor we are. But what I will say, is that really true?
Yeah, I
we
think
don't
so.
make a quarterfinal?
I think if they get to a quarterfinal, he will already be the winningest U.S. coach ever.
Well, Landon Donovan made it to a quarterfinal, no?
Well, I'm saying just specifically a coach.
Yeah, but I'm saying how many games did they win? Was that one of those where they drew a bunch of games and then they got
Yeah,
in?
because they get out of the group by the skin of their teeth, right? Like even when they got out of the group last World Cup, it was on 5
So
points.
maybe they only won 3 games and then they got through in second place. But
Last
anyway,
World Cup, they only won 1.
yeah. So I've been a Pochettino fan since the Spurs days when Spurs had Harry Kane and Son, all those guys. Like
He's clearly the best coach they've ever had. He has the
Dele
pedigree.
Alli. Yeah, and I've always liked him, but he's taken a huge dip, maybe because he was at Spurs for too long, and I think that's a little bit of his own fault. He probably should have left when his value was at his highest. But I think I've always been a fan of his, and the recent form of the U.S. team had us both very worried.
And we were out on this team, man.
Yeah, because
just to keep it,
and it happened overnight.
Transparent here. We were out on this team before the Cup.
Yeah, because they played so poorly in the last 4 years, from 2022 to now. They have been atrocious. There was a Gold Cup win in there, right? Yeah. But other than that, and that Gold Cup win, I think, was 24, 23, whenever the Gold Cup is.
Yeah, because it's on odd years.
Yeah. They won, and we were looking like geniuses for our takes. And then the coach carousel, and nobody could figure it out, and the team's bad, and Pulley doesn't want to play for them. And all these
things. The Gio Reyna thing.
The crazy Gio Reyna thing. And I think, by the way, Poch, for putting him on the team, is just, believe in the kid. The kid has tremendous talent. And I think, he's, unfortunately, that whole crazy saga with him and the parents has just derailed his career a little bit. But you saw it in the first game with that incredible goal.
Whenever you ever seen a U.S. player hit a Trivela, man.
Yeah. So Poch has done an unbelievable job with this
and off
team.
the bench.
And I love this man now. I've always liked him. I've always been a big fan of Poch because I love those Tottenham teams and the way they played. They just never won anything because Harry Kane is allergic to winning. I don't believe in England. Harry didn't win anything in Bayern either.
Oh well, he won the Bundesliga
in the second year though, right? In the first year.
The first year, no. The second year, he finally got his trophy.
But this team has. It's so weird to see how dysfunctional the team has been. Literally the day before the World Cup, and it's they get there the first game of the pitch, and this is the most together team we've seen in the entire World Cup.
And confident team, right? Confident. They played with a confidence. They played with a flair that we haven't seen before. They were taking guys on in the Paraguay game. Just to score 3 goals and a half for a U.S. fan, that's unheard of, right? So I'm watching that game and my jaw's on the floor because we scored 3.5.
Yeah.
And mind you, this is not some podunk Paraguay team. This is a team that came out of CONMEBOL qualification and had the least goals allowed in the whole qualification round. So they came in with a formidable defense. You come out of CONMEBOL with a top defense, and all right, this is a tough defense to break down, and they just made it look easy. They were just going up and down the field on the flanks. They just had nothing. Pulisic bossed. Dest is in great form. Dest, I think, has probably been their best player.
I mean, he's been one of our favorite Americans for a while. When he was playing right back and when he went to Barca.
Yeah.
But it seems to me that everybody's gotten it wrong in their career, and he needs to play out wide. Just in general, he's a versatile player, and I don't make this comparison lightly. Okay, so that I'm serious.
Uh-oh.
But he reminds me of one of my favorite players of all time, and I think the second best Argentine player of all time.
Oh, don't say that, buddy.
Angel Di Maria.
Oh my God, he said it.
Di Maria, as we all know, is my favorite soccer player of all time.
Irresponsible.
But you know why he reminds me of Di Maria? Because, by the way, Di Maria is the only one of those guys that I've mentioned that's won a Champions League trophy all on his own. And he had a field with Bale and Ronaldo and Benzema, and none of those guys did what he did to win them that game. Because Di Maria's superpower was he can play out wide, he can play in the middle, and he defends like a lion. Like, he will run up and down that field, up and down the pitch, and he will win every ball, make every right pass. He just had a motor and didn't quit. And Dest has been a right back his whole career. Been an engine. The reason why he's been so successful in his career as an American is because, and he went to Barcelona and they paid for him, was because he reminded me of like Danny Carvajal, who has just an engine that can go, will play the full 90 minutes every game. He's never getting subbed out. And it turns out everybody was wrong. His best position is out wide attacking.
Yeah.
You know,
and you've seen it. You've seen it on full display.
I mean, just a revelation, this guy who's been super aggressive. He plays like a right back, but he plays like the best winger out there. He's so strong on the ball. Like, he defends like crazy. And he's the guy who creates the goals for the team. Besides, Pulisic is, he will create havoc. He's one of the best players in the world. He can do that, right? But every time the other team tries a counterattack, Dest somehow ends up with the ball at his feet, or he stops the counterattack by attacking the defenseman with the ball or whatever. He stops their run of play all the time. And to have that guy all the way up front, stopping it on their half of the pitch all game, is one of the reasons why this team... I mean, the Gio Reyna goal was that kind of play.
Has been like created and facilitated from out wide. Like they've stretched teams out, with their width, and a lot of their goals, even the first two goals in each of their games, it was a crap goal, right? Because they forced an own goal in each of their two games, and that's because they put so much stretch out wide that when they play, sometimes when you just play a ball into the box, things happen. And sometimes that's what it's like in hockey, right? Like, you just got to put pucks on net. Sometimes in soccer, you just got to put the ball in the goal and see what the fuck happens.
And I will say that those two own goals were not bonehead plays.
Right, it's just awkward. You caught the defender at a weird angle
from their attacking offense at weird angles, getting the ball in across goal, which they've always been afraid to do. They have strikers that can put it away. Like, it is just... I mean, they look like the real deal.
They look like what we've always wanted them to look like.
Yes, and Weston McKennie and Tyler Adams played a hell of a game. Tim Ream somehow is still out there doing it.
Yeah, and they've been able to play out of the back. Like, I remember for so long, like, we would beg, can we please just have a back line that we can play the ball out of the back? And we would watch them just, it was like giving birth in CONCACAF, trying to play out of the back when teams press you. And now it's like, whoa.
He's being creative back there, too. Because Pulley was out in the second game, and they go, we'll just go with three at the back.
Yeah.
Which, to me, I yelled at the television. I'm like, what do you mean you're only going to go three at the back? What are you doing?
Yeah, and they put Pepe, and you didn't even notice the difference.
You didn't at all. Because, again, our boy Serginho Dest out there,
he's just
doing the Lord's work. And shout out to Anthony Robinson. I think his because he's in the Prem now, I believe.
Yeah, he's in full.
I think he's grown so much playing in the Prem, and it shows. He's an incredible left back.
Yeah, they just have a presence to them. They're mature. It doesn't look like they're over their heads. They're on the ball. Like, sometimes when they played World Cup competition, they would cede a lot of possession. And that has not been the case at all. Like, they've been on the front foot from the get. And they have put teams on their back foot and then have dominated possession.
I think, just an incredible showing from this team. I can't praise Pochettino enough and the guys. I'm excited that we've done our job and wrapped up this group in 2 games, so you can rest whatever you want. Pulley doesn't have to play again. He can be fully ready for the round of 32. And you know what? I hate FIFA because they're the worst organization in history. It's like 1940s Germany and then FIFA. Right? Like, it's one of the worst organizations ever, the most corrupt organizations, like that, and then like Don King in boxing, right? And then, Dana White's coming up there. Right? It's just, but this extended World Cup, like, yeah. It's like the NFL.
It's been a
give me more
success.
games. Yeah, give me more games. Yeah. Round of 32? No problem. Give it to me.
Yeah.
Like, and you know what I do love the most? And I think this is the only sport that can do this, and the World Cup is the only thing that can do this. But, I mean, we're seeing, what's the country that has good fans? Cabo Verde.
Cabo Verde.
Cabo Verde has great fans. We just
They have
learned
2
that.
points, man. And they're
Great
group.
fans.
Great fans.
But you get to see Uruguay. I mean, I went to Aventura Mall, and the mall was full of Uruguayan people with their shirts on, killing time before the game. Like, you get to see these countries, Curacao, Tunisia, even though they're out, Haiti's in there, Bosnia, like, just all these teams.
Curacao got their first point ever.
Yeah. Just to see these teams in there, Morocco and Scotland battle, it's just such a nice World Cup.
No Scotland, no party, baby.
And I don't know if I think we talked about this on the last episode about all of the issues here in our country with the World Cup.
Yeah, and you've kind of been able to forget that.
And one, I think that's due to the USA's performance, because I think we said it also on last episode. If the USA perform, it will help a lot of these issues. Like, we'll kind of just forget. It happened to us with the men's and women's hockey teams winning gold, right? Kachuk won gold, and
Power of sport.
Right. They brought everybody together. I think this World Cup has a ton of problems. Mainly me and you, who do pretty okay in life, can't attend these games.
Yeah.
And we can without putting our families in trouble, right? We can't. We would have to do that. But that's, I think, a huge problem. But the games have all been really good. We've gotten some surprise performances.
Yeah. And you've gone duds, right?
Yes.
Like any tournament, but it's not the duds that you would have anticipated before the tournament started. Which for me, like Turkey,
Sweden. Oh, don't get me. Listen,
Turkey. Listen here. I had Turkey. I had Turkey pegged in the quarterfinal. I had them as my little dark horse. I had Turkey in the. That was my dark horse pick. Everyone was asking, "Hey, who's your dark horse? Who's gonna make a run?" And I was Turkey. We have our boy Arda Güler. We have Kanholhonglu.
Yeah.
The other guy, I can't pronounce his name, but
he was on Bayern.
Yes.
And Barca.
But they have thoroughly pissed down their leg. They have 62 shots and 0 goals.
They're officially out, by the way.
They're officially out. They were the second team out, I think, behind Haiti.
I have something else to add to that has nothing to do with football.
But I just wanted to say that just to say that they're my tournament loser. Or you know how people do winners and losers? They are the loser.
They are 100% loser. Haiti, not so much loser. You don't get to be here. It's Haiti. I didn't think they were going to do anything. But it's a what do they say at the Oscars? It's an honor to be nominated. Right. Honor for Haiti to be even in here, right? But Turkey.
Yeah, man.
And I'm going to call you Turkey.
They've had some real expectations.
Don't change your name to make me call you Turkey, and you don't score a single goal in the World Cup. You want to change your name? You have to score a goal. That should be international law, not just FIFA law. International law. If a country comes up and says, if Curacao wants to be called, El Isla de Pepe y Pablo, they can do that. You know why? Because they've scored a goal in the World Cup.
Yeah.
Turkey, I would go right now to the UN. I want to go to the UN. See if I can get in that building in the UN in New York. I'm going to go to the UN and I'm going to say, hey, Turkey needs to change their name back to Turkey. You know what? Pavo. Okay? They don't even get to be Turkey. Pavo. And they get to be Pavo because they didn't score a single goal. So don't tell us to here and change your name.
Someone said that they should lock Turkey and Ecuador in a match until one of them scores.
Ecuador, what are we doing?
That's another one.
I mean, what
Poor
are we
Ecuador,
doing?
man. They
Ecuador?
can't get anything. Tunisia, thanks for playing.
Uzbekistan has scored a goal.
Yeah, they got one.
Algeria hasn't scored a goal yet, or Jordan, but well, Jordan did score a goal, but Algeria hasn't. But that's okay.
But it's just Turkey that they had real expectations. They have a formidable squad. They have guys that are littered all over Europe, and they were poised to make a run, and then they just completely did not show up.
They shit the bed completely.
Completely. And then you have teams like Cabo Verde, like no one thought that they would do anything, and then you have Vozinha, this goalie, 40-year-old goalie, standing on his head against mighty Spain, and
10 million followers now, or
and they become the darlings of the tournament, and now they tied Uruguay 2-2 with an amazing free kick and just a boneheaded play by the Uruguay keeper.
They have been probably the story of the group stage so far, like the most surprising team.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think they have by far. In a positive note, we can say Argentina. Messi's doing Messi things. Somehow this guy went through his prime not being the best footballer in the world.
Yeah.
And now that he's 38, he's somehow better. Yeah. And again, he used to get injections as a kid, PEDs, whatever. We'll, brush it under the rug because it's Messi.
He's 5'4", doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it's, it is what it is. But
come on.
Again, my daughter would also be, if she had Messi's skills, she would also be the best player in the world because nobody can see a 5'5" player. But it's fine. He's the best player in the world, sure, I'll concede.
Ever.
I don't think so. I'll say Maradona's better, Pele's better, whatever.
Nah.
But
never saw any of them play.
That's fine. He's better. They're better.
5 goals in 2 games, man. He has what? I think he has 12 goals since turning 35 or something in the World Cup.
Here's the thing I will say about the stupid goals record that he has now. Okay?
A stupid goals record, yes. Go ahead. Tell us about the stupid goals.
He's going to own it for 5 seconds. What does he have, 17 goals now or whatever it is?
18.
18 goals, yeah? That's the record for the World Cup. He just said it, right? Yeah. Just broke it. He's 38, I believe, years old?
Yeah, he'll turn 39 before the tournament's over.
Guess who has 16 goals?
Miroslav Klose.
Huh?
Miroslav Klose.
No. Guess who has 16 goals active player right now?
Oh, Kylian Mbappe.
That's right. In this World Cup, he will probably pass Messi.
He very well could.
Okay? So
for right now,
38-year-old Messi, I don't want to hear it. Now, congratulations to them. They're doing good. They have an easier group than the United States, but whatever. We'll let that go. So that's my Argentina talk. Congratulations, guys. You guys are doing great. Win the World Cup like you're supposed to for the last 35 years, and you've only won one. Now, let's talk about...
That concludes your hater talk.
Let's talk about the actual best player I've ever seen play is Cristiano Ronaldo, who's 3 years older than
you are mental.
Messi.
You're mental, my friend.
It's not mental. You believed it at once too, and only Messi's got better.
And then I saw Messi, and then that's it.
All of a sudden, Barry Bonds...
The debate is over.
Hits 75 home runs a year, and nobody has a question, right? Okay. That's where we are right now with Messi, by the way. 38 years old doing this, and he's 5'4". Okay.
Yeah, now, he is literal Barry.
I'm saying he's taking PEDs, guys. I'm saying he's taking PEDs. You should get him tested. He's cheating, and he's a legal player.
He's still better than everyone else, so it doesn't matter. This is coming from a podcast whose GOAT is Barry Bonds, so that argument does not stand.
Barry Bonds didn't need PEDs, okay?
Yeah, but he did.
He's still the best hitter of all time.
All right.
Now,
let's finish up World Cup talk so that we can get to our favorite segment.
But I will have, for people who think I will not criticize Cristiano Ronaldo, okay? This is my criticism for him, and it's all on him. It's not on Portugal. It's on him.
It's on him.
And I'm going to tell you why. And I think part of it has to do with the performance of Messi and Mbappe. And I mean, this World Cup has been, I think, the first World Cup in my memory that the stars are all performing.
All the stars are coming out.
Yep. Every single one. Mbappe's got a brace. Haaland got a brace.
Haaland is scoring.
I mean, Messi's doing out. Messi goes first game, hat trick. Like everybody, every single star has performed to perfection. What you expect, because it never happens in a World Cup where all the guys do
Right.
the thing. It's always like Messi might do something, Ronaldo does some stuff, right? Zlatan always does something amazing when he was in Sweden, right? Like those guys kind of always show up, and then we get a James every once in a while, right? But so far, all the big guys have shown up, and all the talk all week was like, "It's your turn, Ronaldo. It is your turn."
Yeah.
And we get to the game, and he missed, 2 bunnies. Like the Tim Duncan bunny that he missed in 2013.
In the finals,
2012. It was just 2 Ronaldo, not even Ronaldo goals. We saw Balogun make that goal with the United States.
Yeah.
Where he gets the ball after, a good pass in the box, and then he just puts it away like he's supposed to. And Ronaldo missed 2 of them. The third one is the one that I have the most problem with.
The one that he didn't, that was supposed to be for Bruno, that he half
That
hit.
is my problem. It is soccer 101, football 101. You're the guy that takes the defender away. You run to the post of the goal to take the
Right.
defender away so
And
Bruno
you dummy
Fernandes
it.
can get the ball, and that's it. Right? That is just 101. Right? Jamie Tart did it in Ted Lasso. Okay? Like, that is 101 that you have to do.
Shout out to Lasso.
And he is under so much pressure, or putting that pressure on himself, that he needs to score the goals. And I think because he watches everything and he's, he is the most popular athlete in history, right? Like in the world. Like it's quantifiable. He has more followers than anybody.
Right.
Everything that he does is gold, right? Like he's the most popular athlete in history, and he goes to the World Cup and he can buy himself all this stuff about taking the Saudi money and running to that league. And again, he's not the only player that did it. He's just the biggest name that did it.
Yeah.
And all that talk about the Saudi league, he could have fixed in this World Cup. And he still has a chance to. Like, he still has a chance to. It was only one game. They've only played one game. But all you have to do is play team football. And Portugal is good enough. They've got to be, top 7, 5 maybe, to win the World Cup?
I mean, just get out of your group and it just can't be the Ronaldo-centric teams of the early and late 2000s, right? Where everything was revolving around him.
Right.
You're 41 years old anymore now. You don't have it like you used to, man. Like you can play the 9, and you can be that guy that makes the run every now and often and takes the defender.
And I don't think he needs to start. Like, I don't think he needs to start.
He doesn't, and he shouldn't.
Because they probably have the best midfield in the world right now.
Yeah, arguably. You have Vitinha, you have Bruno, and you have Neves.
Like, you have probably the best midfield in the world right now. Like, you need to get out of those guys' ways, those horses, esos caballo that they have. Get out of the way of those guys and let them do their thing. Do the Ronaldo thing, because every team you play against, they're all going to be like, oh, you know how it was in the MLS, right? When Messi came over, where the 90 minutes of the game was just for the players to get to talking to Messi and taking a picture with Messi in that first year, right? Like, the game was an afterthought.
Right, everyone there.
The main attraction was just to take the Messi photo, right? On the same pitch as him. That was the attraction. And every World Cup is the same thing. All these little countries, Uzbekistan, Congo, even the young guys in Colombia, you don't think they want to have their photo taken next to Ronaldo playing? Like, all you have to go do is run around, and you'll get 4 defenders following you anywhere you go. To leave to these guys who are unbelievable talents to play.
Yeah,
and I
get
think
out of the way.
He missed
has to
a
get out of
huge
the way.
opportunity because, and you know what? And this is the part where people are like, oh, he should just know how to do that. Listen to me, guys. Think about what you do best in your life, right? If it's work, if your job or whatever. But when somebody tells you, your boss tells you, hey, you need to do it this way, and you think to yourself, my boss is an idiot. He doesn't do this. I know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm going to do it my way.
Right. Up until
Now, times infinity, because this man has been the best athlete on the planet. This is not conjecture or hyperbole or anything. Ronaldo, had many years of his career, was the best athlete on this planet. Period. Dead stop. No argument.
right, but Portugal Ronaldo and Club Ronaldo have always been
I understand.
two different things.
But you are Ronaldo.
Right, but you're 41-year-old
No
Ronaldo.
one's
You're
going to
not
tell him.
29
No one's going to
Ronaldo.
tell him that, Christian. You can't do that. No one's going to tell him that.
But we're literally here in agreement saying that he has to do that
I understand.
in order for the betterment of Portugal. Otherwise,
I agree, but what I'm saying is, if you're him, you wouldn't do that either, because you have been the best player.
well,
in
you
the
have
world.
to
Now,
realize at a certain point that you're not
I
him
understand,
anymore.
but I mean, look at this. We have Serena's coming back to play in Wimbledon in a few days. Like, she's the GOAT, right? But it's the thing that all
That draws her
athletes struggle
back.
with. Even if you're not even the best athlete in the world, if I played in the majors for 10 years, or I played in the NFL for 10 years, or whatever, like, it is very hard to say you can't do it anymore. Your brain does
Yeah,
not
I
catch
get
up to
I
your
get
body.
all that, but at a certain point, you have to have that difficult conversation with yourself in the mirror and say,
Sure.
hey, this is for my country. I have 10 other guys, 20 other guys on this team looking at me, and I have to swallow my pride, and if I want this team to actually succeed, and if I want to achieve this, this ultimate goal, this one thing that I have yet to achieve in my career, the only thing literally that he hasn't achieved in his career, I have to swallow my pride, and I have to play the way that the team needs me to play,
I agree
not the way that
1,000%.
I want to play.
I agree 1,000%. Like, there's no argument for me there. All I'm saying is
And
that
ultimately, that's what he's going to be judged on in this World Cup, and his ability to do that. And if he's not able to do that, well, then he's going to be criticized for it.
again, there's only one game, so I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, because I think at some point, I think maybe now, after this performance, right? Like, I think part of, if I'm Ronaldo, part of it was like, I'm fucking Ronaldo, I'm going to play, I'm going to score 1 million goals, right? But you saw the lead up to the game where it's like, your turn, perform, right? Forgetting that he's freaking 41 years old, and that we should still be in awe of this man looking like that and playing the way he does at 41 years old, which is just incredible.
Right. No, I'm
So I
not
wanna
taking
give him
any
his
of that
props
away
for
from
that.
him.
But I'm hoping that in the same token where he pressed too hard, probably because of the pressure,
Yeah.
that he also takes a step back because of the criticism. And guys like Thierry Henry pointing it out, that he's playing Ronaldo ball and he's not playing team ball.
Yeah.
Because he could buy so much for his legacy by just stepping back. That's
Yeah.
all he needs to do.
Absolutely.
Step back. And by the way, if he steps back and Portugal wins the World Cup, let's say,
yeah.
it will be
You
remembered
can
as
marry it any
Ronaldo.
differently? Like,
Yeah.
no, you're
It
still
will
a
be
World Cup
remembered
winner.
as Ronaldo's World Cup, whether he scores 1 million goals or he scores nothing in the whole tournament.
Exactly.
It would still be remembered as if, okay, 1A, 1B, him and Messi, which I still think it is already without the World Cup. And I think it's also something that people need to remember is that the last 2 World Cups have been the best Ronaldo teams of his entire career, which is 8 years ago, which still puts him in his 30s. Okay? Like, he's had horrible Portugal teams his whole career. Horrible teams.
Yeah, but this is absolutely the most talent he's had around. And like it's
I
funny.
mean, it
like
took him. He's only won 1 Euros. That took 20. Was it 2020 or 21 or whatever it was when he won?
20,
like-
it was 2020 or 2016
Yeah.
or 2018, one of those.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like the most talented teams that he's had
Yeah.
were like at the very beginning of his career when he still had Figo and Deco.
Yeah.
And now at this iteration. So like in between in his entire prime, it was
Yeah.
him
Nothing.
shouldering the load for everyone, and now like so it's a twisted.
It's been a tough road for him, and this is why I always come back to the Messi argument, where that has not been the case for Messi. Messi has had the top 3 odds to win the World Cup for every single World Cup he's been in. Every single World Cup he's been in, even when he was a young man, Argentina was one of the favorites.
Yeah,
because
they've always been.
had an incredible team. And arguably, this is one of his worst teams, the one that won the World Cup, the last World Cup. And this one, the last World Cup team was still pretty good.
Yeah.
This team, I would say, is worse than that team.
But that doesn't
but
seem
he's
to matter
like-
right now.
He's playing his best ball he's ever played in his career, I think.
Yeah, like he scored every goal for them.
Right. So, but Ronaldo, all he has to do to rebuild his legacy, because the only problem with his legacy is that he took a bag in Saudi Arabia. That is the only problem with his legacy, because everybody goes, all right, Juve's over, come to America, retire by 40, and, do the American thing, do the Beckham thing, right?
Or even
That's
do
what
the Messi thing. Like he could have gone to the MLS, and then him and Messi would have still been, the thing. They would have
yeah,
still absolutely been a
but
draw.
again, I think that there's a lot of contributing factors. Obviously, Saudi Arabia is giving him a small country's GDP to play there.
Exactly. Yes.
Right? So that's number one. And again, for everybody who criticizes Ronaldo, if I gave you a country's GDP to go do anything somewhere, to go type Karen on your fucking computer, you'd go. You move jobs all the time for pay. So I'm not criticizing him for that.
Right.
But I think that if he just went to the MLS, he would be considered the same way he was considered before. And his only misstep, and again, this goes to the LeBron thing. The LeBron's only misstep in his career was doing the decision.
Well, but he's been justified at every step of the way, though, too.
I understand, but still, like the national media still has it out for LeBron James, right? Like they still have these short little jabs they give him every single time. Like every LeBron conversation is always like, "Oh well, they have this thing." Dude's never been in trouble. Dude has a family. He had like all the things you want out of the top guy in any league. That's what he has. Ronaldo's been that way. Messi's been that way. The way they carry themselves. There's none of this nonsense in their careers. And his biggest thing was taking money. And the only thing he has to do in this tournament
is get out of the way. And all he has to do, and what I think the best thing for that team is for him to come on in minute 53. Or even minute 70, after the hydration break.
Yeah. After, the commercials, which is fucking FIFA.
Yeah.
By the way, public service announcement. You guys don't want to watch the commercials? Watch Telemundo. Learn Spanish, watch it. Okay? They don't do commercials on the hydration breaks. But all he has to do is get out of the way, come off the bench, and I think he'll be fine. I think it'll be perfect. Because I think he's exactly what they need in a change of pace. Because those guys sometimes will get bogged down in passing that ball 400 times and then nobody shoots.
Right? And even then, like just the presence of him, lurking in the back of your head as his teammate, like, there's something probably in your head like, okay, I got to get this guy the ball or get him a touch or whatever. And like, you're not able to play with the same sort of freedom that maybe you would if someone else was playing that position or playing in a different formation or whatever the case may be. So, something to look for, something to watch out for going forward. Ronaldo, we beg you, as fans, do what's right. Get out of the way.
I want to see it for him. I want to see it.
Yeah, I
so
do
bad.
too. And I've always, I like to make jokes with the whole Messi thing, but I've always been a Ronaldo fan too.
We've loved both of them.
And I want to see him succeed behind the U.S., right? It's U.S. first and then everything else second.
Portugal's our second team, I would say.
But I've always rooted for him, and I would like to see, because I think it would be fun, right? If we get out of this World Cup in Portugal, even if he plays a diminished role in Portugal winning, if let's say they win it, what it would do for the debates, just for the debates, would be great. They would be timeless. And I think it would be a fun thing to have one of our greats, to have one of our greats go off in the sunset, because this is the last World Cup that we have him and Messi, Neymar's last World Cup, to have one of them walk away with it and it being him, that would be a cool thing. So,
and again, if he plays well and the team plays well, we have the opportunity for them to match up somewhere, I think, in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, which would be the most viewed event in the history of mankind.
Yeah. Which would be incredible because we've never got to see it. Now, we got to see it every day in La Liga, and we all know how that turned out.
Never in this setting.
Ronaldo kicked his ass and kicked his ass. But we don't talk about those things.
Can you do it on a cold night in Kansas City against Messi? That will be the question.
I want to bring up one more thing from the World Cup is the top teams we've been disappointed in. And I would say for the most part. Are
we talking strictly the bigger teams, bigger nations?
Yes.
Or just overall disappointment?
Sorry guys, I'm looking it up, but I'll change it down here because I'm looking to see we're looking at the bracket right now. For the most part, everybody has performed. Spain spit on themselves in the first game, right? Which was one of them. I believe Netherlands also spit on themselves in the first game.
No, but they played
Right.
a 2-2 thriller with Japan, so that was a great game.
Right.
And then they dominated
But
Sweden.
Brazil spit on themselves. Canada spit on themselves. Like, you know,
But all those teams are covered.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, listen, they're going to be fine, right?
Spain is going to be fine.
totally fine. They're going to be totally fine. I think Spain, obviously, Lamine Yamal playing, he's back. I'm excited for him in this World Cup because everybody knows he's one of the best. He's probably the best young player in the world.
Yeah.
And this is the moment to take all the casuals that only watch their own leagues and announce yourself here, which he had a very good second game. I think he assisted and he scored. Like he's here. Like this is the one for him. So I think for the most part we're okay. Brazil, get it together. I know you won, but
Well, this is not a strong Brazil team.
no, it's not. But still, like it's not like it's a bad team.
Well, I mean, I don't think even Brazilians will tell you that this team. I don't think they have high expectations.
No, I don't think they can win.
They might get to a quarterfinal,
But
maybe
you
a
can't
semi
beat them.
if they get the right road. But I think this is a Brazil team that you can say that they're not like even a top 6 favorite.
No, but you can't be in a group with Morocco and Scotland and be like, all right, we'll have to tough it out in all these games, right? Even though they had
Yeah.
the huge
That's fair.
win thing, but you can't do that. Like you can't do that as Brazil. Period. End of story. Like their performance right now.
I mean, they come out and beat the brakes off of Haiti, and then all is well, right? They're going to win the group at 7 points, and they're going to beef up their.
I still think they can win
goal
the group because
differential.
they went through the stuff already, so they could still win the group no problem. I think Morocco and Scotland beat each other up. Haiti might get a goal somewhere. Like it's fine. Like they're gonna get through, right? But they just made it harder for themselves because Morocco or Scotland can jump them with just a good game. So the World Cup. The thing with the expansion is the World Cup group stage is a little less like, you know what I mean? It's like the regular season. It's like, yeah.
No, but I think it's better. I mean, I think we're still gonna get a great third round of games where everyone's playing at the same time and things are gonna come down to the death. Deciding who's gonna finish first, who's gonna finish third in the group. Like,
Yeah, there's still a lot
who's
of
gonna make the
groups.
cut, who's not. Like
Oh,
it's gonna be a fun third round of games.
By the way, Ghana, second place in the group. Also, you know what? And I want to give a shout out, and we haven't talked about them at all. Croatia. And the only other Ballon winner in here, right? Because I think it's Messi, it's Ronaldo. Who else has won?
Pedri and Dembele.
They've both won, right?
Yeah,
So you got 4 winners. You know who the 5th one is? Luka Modric.
Luka and Modric,
This man, I've loved him so much. He is
a wizard
genuinely one of the best midfielders in the history of football.
of a generation.
And to see
But they're
him,
old. They're old.
I know it's tough. This is a tough one. This is like what they're going through, what the NBA is going through, is watching
Yeah.
all these guys just be old. And for him to not be able to get out of this group would be a travesty.
Oh, I mean, it's
had
not
a-
looking good now.
they-
I mean,
they got
they could
rid of
still have a
England
good
here.
showing. They already played the toughest team in the group, right? They played England.
Yes.
They could still salvage this group. They can finish second.
But they have to win the next 2 games. Like they can't lose. They can't have a draw against Panama or Ghana. Like they have to beat them. Because if Ghana pulls out a draw against England or a
they're on
draw
4
with
points.
Croatia, like it's over. You know what I'm saying? It is over. So you have to
You have to get 6.
you have to get 6. Like to guarantee it 100%, you have to get 6.
But
Because right now you can't
they're
draw
one
it
of
out.
those wily teams. They get by with.
I hope so. I hope
veteran-
so. I just want to see him play a knockout game. Like, obviously, we don't expect anything for Croatia, but we need to give that guy a good send off, right? We don't want to see any of those guys go away. Like Mo Salah in Egypt, he scored. They're, I think, top of the group now. They're top of their group. Like, we need those guys to play well.
We need a proper send off because he's another one as well. It's his last World Cup.
Yeah. So, he's doing the thing.
Do it for Lukita.
Yeah. But, anyways, that's all I have on the World Cup. Go USA. Turkey, get out of here.
Keep your eye on the Netherlands.
You like them?
Yes. They're figuring out how to be ingenuitive, if that's a word.
I don't know.
They have this ingenuity to them without because this isn't a typical Netherlands team. They're built a little bit different. They're built from the back, actually. So this is the strongest team in Netherlands that they've had in a while that has been strong at the back, and they don't have the same attacking prowess that you're used to seeing. They don't have the Van Persie. They don't have Arjen Robben. They don't have the Wesley Snyders. They don't have those guys. So it's kind of like they're doing it the anti-Netherlands way. And, they just beat the brakes off of Sweden, who beat the brakes off of Tunisia. And
Sweden has a lot of problems.
And they looked good against Japan. That was a thrilling game. I think they're in good form, and they could be, said to have a good run. Is
that your new dark horse team since Turkey's gone?
I would say so. I mean, this is. I mean, I don't think saying the Netherlands is a dark horse is anything crazy. It's not going on much of a limb. This is the most successful team in the history of the tournament without winning one.
But this iteration of the Netherlands team has zero expectations to win to even make the quarterfinals.
They're maybe in the top 10 in as far as odds. But I like the way that they're constructed. They've gotten contributions from Gakpo. They've gotten contributions from Brobbey up front, guys that were not really sung, kind of like unsung heroes, and they've come in and they just been world beaters. So I like how they've been playing. They seem to be in good form. They're in a rhythm. So I'm keeping an eye on them.
I always have a soft spot for them because
they're like the Buffalo Bills of the World Cup, right? They've never won it, but they've been close. They've been to 3 finals, haven't been able to get the coveted trophy.
And they have awesome actual fans,
and they're always loaded. They always have loaded squads. They're fun to watch. They play an attractive style. So
yeah, hopefully
the defensive Dutch, watch out for them.
So we'll see. But it's turning out to be a good tournament so far. But let's get out of here on something fun, buddy.
Let's get out of here on something fun. So let's wrap up the show with our favorite segment, with our Barry Bonds stat of the day. Right? So moving on.
I mean, I hope you beat the last one with the rink and keel being the Barry Bonds killer, which we didn't know could happen. Incredible. So I hope this one is just as good.
Let's see if we can live up to expectations. All right. So Barry Bonds, gets walked a lot, right?
Yeah.
All right. So in front of me, I have the list of the 5 most walked players, intentional bases on balls.
Yeah.
This is intentional, not drawing walks, intentional walks where the pitcher deliberately threw 4 pitches, take your base, get out of my way.
Right.
All right. So starting at, and just to tell you, to paint the picture, is how hilariously a wide margin this is. Number 5, Willie McCovey with 260 intentional walks.
260, okay.
Number 4 is Hank Aaron, Hammer and Hank.
Yeah.
At 293.
Well, okay.
Number 3
is
Stan Musial, Cardinals legend, at 298.
Okay.
And number 2, a fellow Dominican, Mr. Albert Pujols.
Yes.
316 intentional walks.
A lot.
And number 1, do you want to guess who number 1 is?
Barry Bonds, obviously.
Barry Bonds. Yeah. Barry Bonds at 688 walks.
More than double
of second place. Just to paint the picture of how feared of a hitter he was. He is double of an all-time hitter.
Yeah.
Albert Pujols. double the amount of intentional walks.
I believe, I don't know if he's done this once or twice.
688.
He's done this once or twice. I know for sure once he got intentionally walked with the bases loaded. Yeah. I don't know if this happened twice or just once.
I know it's happened once. Yes. It
is the most... I still think out of any sport, in any crazy stat, is a man came up to bat. The bases were loaded. And they said, we'll rather take the hit. Because it was a higher percentage of them scoring more runs than not.
Yeah. We'll just take the run.
In a sport where the best hitters of all time fail 70% of the time, they go, you know what? With him, it's the opposite.
Take your base.
688?
688.
So that means he could have taken 300 walks off of his career, and he still leads.
Yes.
Pujols by like 70 walks.
He'd still lead him by like a good 60, 70 walks.
I mean, guys, what are we doing?
He's
the best hitter we've ever seen.
He's the best hitter we've ever seen, and there's nothing that you can say to convince this podcast otherwise.
There was a story that Tim Kirching told that God, I don't remember the player, but the player played 1 year with Barry Bonds, and it was the year that he was going to pass Willie McCovey and like the home runs list, and they were on the road. And he said, I'm not going to hit a home run until we get home to the players. And I believe he was like at Houston or something. And he didn't hit a home run, but he still had like 6 extra base hits in that series and like a bunch of RBIs. They get home. They're like, hey, he's in the stands today. I'm going to hit a home run. And he hits a home run that game to tie it. And they came back the next game. And he's like, hey, they're back. I'm going to hit a home run again today. And then break the record. And what did he do? He hit a home run in that game.
There you go.
It's just...
You get a 2 for folks.
I mean, what a man. Also, we always tell this when he beat Giancarlo Stanton in a home run derby when he was a batting coach of the Marlins.
Yeah.
Without any PEDs in him.
Just him and his big ass head.
I mean...
That's my goat.
He is the GOAT. There's no
two ways about it, folks. There you have it. That's the Barry Bonds stat of the day. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed Brian's bonus stat of the day.
World Cup talk. The Panthers are back. Good. Thank God that, hey, Carolina, you got it now because you'll never get it again.
Yeah. Enjoy it.
So congratulations to the 2 worst franchises I can think of winning trophies. Ronaldo, do your job.
Let's go USA.
Let's go America.
Let's go America.
Everybody should be waving flags. Okay? I'll tell you what, by the way.
Beat Turkey.
Throw away your maple syrup. Okay? Don't eat Mediterranean food. Don't eat Spanish food. You go outside every day and you grill a hamburger and you grill a hot dog and you eat it. Okay?
That's it.
That's the American. And by the way, no mozzarella, no Swiss cheese.
Nothing.
Kraft American slices.
Singles, baby.
Okay? Kraft American slice, because that's what? American cheese. And you know what? Don't even do white American, because that's not my America. My America is the yellow. Cheese. Okay? I don't want to hear about this white American cheese.
There's no white cheese, bro.
I get offended when they ask me,
you want
white American cheese? Why would you ask me that, sir? Everybody needs to drink Coca-Cola. Okay? Coca-Cola, white American cheese, and hamburgers. And don't buy the fancy French bread from Publix, which is amazing. But we get regular ass burger bread. Okay? No sesame seeds, because sesame seeds aren't from here.
Okay. So no sesame seeds. Just regular pan.
But you can have freedom fries. Not French fries. Freedom fries you can have.
Freedom fries with crinkle.
That's it.
All right. That's all, folks.
Or curly fries. Get Arby's. Go get Arby's and eat roast beef. Okay? Only American products.
America only, folks, for the duration of the Cup. Your country needs you.
Exactly.
Do it for your country.
God. What a country.
Let's go, boys.
Let's go.
All right, we're out of here.